guys, and welcome back to episode 12 of Divine FM. So this is take 3. I don't know why. This is like the easiest episode I feel like I have to talk about, and I just keep messing up. I don't know what is up. Like my last episode, I recorded it all the way through, and then I realized very, very soon in that the entire episode I was like grabbing the mic like and fucking up the audio over and over and over again. So this is take 3, hopefully the last one, positively the last one. And this week I'm talking about breaking the cycle and learning to live joyfully. So this is something that I feel like I'm pretty damn good at, and so it just seemed like something that I could positively talk about and feel good about giving you guys advice on. Because lately I feel like I've not been going through it, but like been more in that period of trying to evolve from some wounds that were arising, and I feel like I'm kind of out of that, and I've been feeling great, feeling awesome, feeling happy, and I have some great tips I think on how to learn to live your life a little more joyfully. So here it goes. My first one is prioritizing self-care. So, i.e., like dressing to impress, or more so just like dressing so you are like confident, so you feel like yourself. You know, what the fuck did I even write? Dressing to impress slash what? Oh, proudly. That makes sense. Yeah, like dressing proudly. Good hygiene and also good spiritual hygiene. So some like spiritual hygiene tips are, if you're like Christian or Catholic or whatever, like reading your Bible and doing like daily prayers, or if you're a little bit more on the just like spiritual side, reading tarot, talking to your spirit guides, still talking to God, and like journaling every day and talking to yourself and talking to your higher self, and visualization practices. Those are all different ways that I like work on my spiritual hygiene. My next tip is paying attention to others and giving compliments. So this is something that I love to do, and I feel like giving compliments specifically really like is a win-win situation. If you're like genuinely giving the compliment, I guess. Because, okay, so for example, just this morning, I was in like the weight section of the gym, and I was doing arms, and that's something that I love to do just because like I'm good at it, I feel good when I'm doing it, and so I was just having a good ass workout, right? And I saw this girl who was like a little bit behind me, like in the mirror while I was working out, and she was also doing arms, and she had come up like right whenever I was near the end of my workout, and she was putting her weights away, and I was like looking at her, and I was like, holy fuck, this girl is so like fit, and her arms are huge, and like she had such a nice physique. And so as she was walking away, I put my weights down, and I like went up to her, I was like waving her down, and I was like, and I took my headphones off, and I just told her, girl, like your physique is so amazing, you look so good, like I just had to tell you. And oh my god, the smile on her face was so huge. And like it just feels so good to like tell people how good they look, because like that they're there specifically at the gym too, like to work on themselves, and like being told from someone else that you don't know that you look so good is just like outside validation never goes wrong. You know what I mean? So maybe work on like if you have a compliment for someone in your head that arises and you feel too scared to tell them, dude, I swear, tell them. People love compliments. My next point is not being a victim to your circumstances. I feel like that's something that I've talked about, I feel like at least once. I have a sticky note literally in my car. I'm looking at it right now that says, don't be a victim to your circumstances. And I think it's an amazing reminder to like at any time. Because goddamn, is it so easy to be a victim to your circumstances. Like regardless of what it is, like anything that stresses us out can literally be such an intrusive thought and can ruin our entire day. And so like just having a little reminder that that thing, whatever it is, that thing that's bothering you, yeah, that shit doesn't actually matter in the long run. Think about like just 24 hours from now or 48 hours from now, how not important, it probably will be. And even if it is, just, like, don't let it affect you if you can. Like, if it's affecting to the point where it's, like, really stressing you out, just try to find a solution. You know what I mean? Like, if something's stressing you out and you can fix it, you know, do whatever you can in the moment to fix it, you know? I feel like that's the only way we can be, like, positive in a time of, like, grief or a time of, like, just stress, or if an issue arises that, like, we're at fault. The only best thing you can do always is just, like, accept the situation and, like, move on, move forward, and try to fix it at your best ability, because if not, it's just gonna, like, bring you down. You know what I mean? My next point is making time for your friends/family. So, it's funny. I literally wrote these on a HEB paper bag. Sorry, just, it's making me laugh, like, you can hear the paper bag. I literally, like, I just kept forgetting what I was talking about in the last couple of tries of my podcast, so I was like, fuck that. I already have talked about this over and over again. I'm just gonna write them down. So, yeah, just a little pro tip. If you wanted to have a little eye in what I'm fucking seeing, I guess. No one really cares, I think, but you know what? Everyone cares. I'm sure everyone actually wanted to know that, so you're welcome. Anyways, making time for your family/friends. So this is something that in the past I have been really bad at, because I really love my alone time. As a lot of people do. Like, I know some people don't like to be alone, and, like, that's totally okay too. I'm just, like, a little bit more of an introvert in that way, where I have a certain level of my social battery, and whenever that is exceeded, you know, I need to be alone. And I feel like if you are able to prioritize that in a way to where you still see your friends and family. Okay, how do I say this? Let me backtrack. So, even if you like to be alone, like me, I also have a small but very important group of friends and family that are extremely important to me. And so I feel like the more that I see them, like, anytime I do see them, I always am so happy. But I have to prioritize myself as well, you know? And so making time for your family and friends, as in, like, scheduling and seriously, like, making an effort to see them in a way that, like, will make you and them both happy and, like, feel validated in the hangout or whatever. Does that make sense? Like, for example, I don't know, let's count, like, I can count all of my best friends on both hands. Probably less. I don't have 10 best friends, but I have quite a few friends that are very important to me, but we all have jobs, or they go to school, or they have, like, relationships, or whatever it is. Like, we're all very busy, and so we all communicate, and we all are able to, like, literally plan out days, plan out weekends, whether it's, like, a week, 2 weeks, a month out of whenever that hangout is gonna be. The fact that, like, we're putting in the effort to see each other, and we're actually seeing each other and not flaking on each other, it literally just has made my quality of life so much better, because I still have them in my life, and I feel happy because they're putting in the same level of effort that I'm putting into them, and we both, like, still feel valid in our love for each other, even though we don't see each other as often and we can't talk as often, you know? So I feel like that is something super important if you want to, like, be able to wake up every day and live joyfully and not have things that bog you down, you know? Like, friend or, like, relationship drama and stresses are something that I feel like stress out a lot of people. So I feel like the more you can rid yourself of that, the better. By, you know, making others happy too, as long with yourself. My next point is staying grateful. This is short and sweet, but so important. This kind of goes back to where I was talking about good spiritual hygiene, but not only, like, journaling, that's also very important, but, like, being so grateful and, like, telling yourself these things, like, literally in your mind. Like, I don't think I'm crazy. I'm pretty sure everyone talks to themselves in their brain. So whenever you are talking to yourself in your brain, just try to make yourself tell yourself things that you're grateful for. Like, literally down to, I'm grateful for my car, I'm grateful for my job, I'm grateful for my shoes, my clothes, my family, my pens that are expensive, I'm grateful for my claw clip. Literally there's so many things that I use every single day, or that I go to every single day, or that I receive, whatever it is, that if you aren't able to realize how lucky you are to have those things when you could so easily not have them, or a lot of people do so easily not have them but are still happier than you are, it just makes your quality of life so much better when you can really put in perspective like how lucky and blessed you are truly to like wake up every single day and be alive and experience this life that you have, you know? I feel like I have a lot of things that stress me out and bog me down, but like I have this really good practice of knowing every single day that there's so many things that I'm so blessed to have and should be grateful for, that it's kind of hard for me to like let a lot of things like just bog me down, you know? My next point is being nice to yourself in those hard moments and being your number one fan. That's actually my last point too. And being your number one fan could not be more true. Like, and it's not even being cocky or like being like having a big ego. Like, not in that way. Being like so supportive of yourself that you don't need anyone else, you know? I feel like it's so true that you can only love another person, or you can only give to another person to that level that you're able to give to yourself if you want to like live healthily, I suppose. And I feel like whenever you're living presently every day and you're really prioritizing yourself, it's so much easier to be nice to others. And so, especially in those hard moments, whenever like life is lifing, or like people are making you upset, whatever outside circumstances trying to bring you down, if you're able to be your number one fan and your number one supporter in those moments, your quality of life will literally be so good. And it's just a practice you have to integrate and work on every day. And it's easier, of course, whenever you're in a happier state of mind and whenever you're just, you know, in your routine, in your flow, and things are going great. Of course, that's going to be the easiest times to practice being grateful and being nice to yourself and being your number one fan. And I feel like the more that you can do that, the easier it will be in those hard moments to be that same number one fan, that same supporter. So, yeah. Yay! I'm so glad I got through this podcast, and I'm pretty sure I didn't touch the mic a single time, and I'm pretty sure the audio is good. So, yay! I'm happy, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this podcast, and I will see you next week on Divine FM. Bye, guys.